Hello friends. Today is Wednesday, August the 7th. It is my birthday. I am 32 as of today. If I'm being honest, it really wasn't the day that I had planned. I mean, I had the best day that was available to me, but I wanted to originally spend my whole day gardening, but I was pretty upset about some things that happened at work the past week in particular, and yeah, so I was just really not having that great of a day because I was just focusing on that, and I wasn't trying to, but it's hard when you put a lot of work in time and effort, and it's just the whole thing that I can't talk about it right now, but yeah, it's just the whole thing. And so it wasn't the day that I planned or the day that I really wanted, but it was the best one that I could have had. So I was able to get myself out of bed probably around 1 o'clock, and that's when I came out here, forced myself to come out here. I'm like, I need to go outside. If I go outside and just start doing it, I'll feel better and all will be right in my world. I just need to get out there. And I would get close. I would get to my chair and I'd watch YouTube. I watched a great YouTube video, actually. I will link it. This woman, she has the kindest, sweetest soul, and just she loves to learn so much, and I just resonated with her as a person, and I just really this woman really inspired me. I really appreciated this video, so I'll link it because I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so I'd get close, I'd watch her YouTube videos, but I finally got out here about 1 o'clock, and I was actually really productive. First, I was able to spray down my bigger plants or perennials with neem oil because they're starting to get sick again because of all the rain. There was a tropical storm situation that floated through, and it caused a lot of rain, and so I've just been spraying down all those leaves. I didn't do any of the other plants because there's really not much to salvage in terms of the other plants, and the okra is really the only thing that I'm harvesting from right now, and it's unaffected by all the disease. So yeah, I weeded all the beds, and I reassembled the greenstalk. And what else did I do? I think that was it. Oh, and I tore out all the dead plants and things like that. So it took me a long time. I just came out here and no music or anything. I just went to work and literally sat down on the ground. I didn't rush myself. I just pulled weeds. That's all I did. I just focused on pulling the weeds and just doing a good job at it, and just one step at a time, just on to the next task, on to the next task. So that's what I did. So I really didn't accomplish a lot, but what I did, I needed to do, and the beds just look so much better now. I'm actually going to take you around right now to see everything and how it's growing. So I guess this will be a garden tour, an August garden tour. August birthday garden tour. Yeah. It's been breezy all day, and it was just so pleasant to sit out here and pull weeds with the breeze. It just made it so nice. I also I got to see another species of butterfly in my garden. I'm keeping track of all the different species that I'm seeing, and this time I saw a giant swallowtail, so that was kind of cool. It's one of the larger butterflies that I've seen come in, because I've had several. I posted like a little picture situation of some of the other butterflies I saw the other day, but I love the butterflies. They bring me so much joy. It's really like the same thing that I talk about the flowers. I was never a flower person. The only reason why I even started growing flowers is because I didn't have any pollinators and I wasn't growing food. So I started growing flowers, and now they are just the light of my life. They bring me so much joy, like instant just happiness. I just want to look at them constantly because it just makes me feel happy, and I just like caring for them, and they're just so beautiful. But it's just like one of those like surprises that I got from gardening. And one of the other surprises was the butterflies. I wouldn't have even considered myself a butterfly person. I mean, I've always liked them, of course. They're pretty. But I never was keeping track of species or anything like that. That wasn't my level. But now it's like something that I really look forward to, and I'm like, oh, I wonder how I can attract any other species. I wonder how I can attract this type of butterfly. So now it's like I want to start planting, you know, things that will attract lots of different, like a lot of diverse. I want a very diverse little mini ecosystem back here, I guess. It just would be very nice. But there's a horsefly on my screen, so I'm gonna take that as my cue to start doing a freaking tour and go inside. So let's do it. This is Addison's little section. Obviously there's not much going on. She still has these I believe these are profusion zinnias, and then her and the pineapple. And we also have the pineapple right here that will actually eventually get moved to a different area. I don't want it long term. I just didn't realize how big they get. This plant is just doing beautifully. It's grown quite a bit since I put it in this pot. I think it's getting a little bit more shade than it's used to because of the roof, obviously, but otherwise I would say that it's really doing kind of great, you know what I mean? So, and I think it'll look really pretty once it gets a bit larger, and then it just grows up this wall. I think that will be just awesome. I did this today. I set up, assembled my greenstalk. I still have to go in there and like plant the empty spots with the herbs and things like that. There's several different varieties of beans and things in there. Obviously I did not know some of them got long like this, but we'll see how that works out. But I gotta still fill that out. But this is doing so much better than it was last season, so I would consider that like doing good so far. Beautiful garden. Alright, so actually let's go here. So this is Chris's area. He's got strawberries, which actually are doing like really good. Like they're putting off runners, so I'm pretty excited about that. This is like a great area for them. The best freaking area for them. They're thriving, like so much so that I'm thinking like, how can I put strawberries in this exact location, because these are just doing so much better than the ones that I have in my greenstalk, or even the ones that I put in the ground over there. So this is where it's at. I got to figure out the situation here. So next he has these jalapeno plants. They've actually gotten quite a lot of blossoms on them. I don't know if you can really tell, but they should be producing quite a bit of fruit. And And then he has his broccoli over here, which I'm surprised hasn't bolted, to be honest. Honestly, it hasn't bolted, likely because it's under this tree and it's completely shaded for the most part. It gets like dappled sunlight, I would say at best. But I mean, they don't look great, but they're still alive, so you can't hate on the survivor, you know. We have to respect the surviving plants. Alright, so nothing really going on over here, as you can tell. I cleared out either side of the trellis, got rid of all the dead plants. It looks a lot better, but there's really nothing in here. I have this lavender plant that I've managed to keep alive, but it's not thriving. I think it's like Violette de Boudreaux fig. It's doing alright, I would say. I mean, I've never grown it before, so I don't really know that much about it. I need to fertilize it. I mean, it looks pretty healthy. It's getting a little sickness on its leaves, but I sprayed it down with that neem oil. And then I just have zinnias. I have this lone healthy winter squash vine, so I just propped that sucker up to see what would happen. Then I have some beans. This right here, this is a holy basil plant. So I did not plant that, but it will stay because I like them. Some more zinnias. And then more zinnias back here. And then I also have some okra plants. 3 right there. I have my, I forget what this one is called. It's a Zephrine drouhin climbing rose. I said that wrong, but it's gotten all the way to the top there. It's gotten all the way up there. It's doing well. I just started recently seeing signs of sickness, and I cut off a good bit of leaves, but I just am now seeing some more that I missed, I think. But it's doing well. It hasn't really flowered since the first time, and it didn't even flower that much the first time, so I'm not quite sure about that. And then I have my strawberry greenstalk right here. A few different varieties in there. I mean, actually, so I planted 2 varieties, and I don't know, one of them survived and one of them didn't. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this might be a single. I'd have to go in and look at every single tier and like go back to my videos because I don't quite remember, but I mean, they're still hanging in there, so, and they're producing fruit. It's just very, very small. Not even like enough for, it's like a nibble. So I gotta figure out, I think it's lack of fertilizing, but I'm not quite sure. This right here is like the prize like section of my garden, my favorite section of the garden right now, because it's obviously most abundant and it's just really pretty. This is where the majority of the zinnias are, and I had some like bean plants there, but they kind of died off, and this one over here got very sick, and so I have my hibiscus, which is doing phenomenal. I have this beautiful rose bush that just continues to produce no matter what adversity it comes of it. This one got really sick, like had spots all over, and I had to cut off all the leaves, so it looks so bare, so just not even that pretty right now, but it will get better. It's gonna get better. I have more zinnias. These are Harper's favorite. Red is Harper's favorite color. And then I have the beans just up there. Have a ton more zinnias here. They're just going crazy. The butterflies love them, and I love them. So pretty. And then this is an interesting one. This is kind of like a double bloom situation. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. It's like got a double bloom. I don't know. I haven't seen anything like this. It's kind of interesting. So that was a fun one. And in the back here, I just have more okra plants, my green onions, and volunteer zinnias. So green onions are just the easiest. I love them. And then the okra's doing pretty good. This one needs to be staked up. It's struggling right there. But more flowers, so pretty. And we'll walk over here real quick. So hopefully this weekend I'll be able to deal with the seedlings and up-pot things that need to be up-potted, plant things out that should be planted, or just restart what needs to be restarted. Everything's, you know, they're not doing too bad considering that I had to leave them outside during this bad rain. And then my black coral elephant ear is just picture perfect stunning. It's my favorite plant. I love that the plant that I seem to be the best at growing is this black elephant ear, because it's just so me and I just love it. I love that it thrives. That's another thing that just completely, this just brings me complete joy. And I am going to start selling my little babies of these hopefully soon. I got to learn to part with them. But yeah, that's my garden. That's what August 7th 2024 looks like. It's modest, could be fuller, could be, you know, bigger and better, but you know, I did have those soil problems, the contaminated soil that I had to deal with that just killed my whole season, really. So I mean, I'm doing all right. And this is like, despite all the other stuff, this is exactly where I want to be. And like, this is the goal. I want to be here all the time. I want this to be just like my life. How do I achieve this freedom to be able to garden full time? You know, I got to figure that out. But thank you for joining me again. Thank you for joining me on my little garden walk. I'm gonna go inside. I have another video to edit, so I gotta do that. And then yeah, that's my day. So I will see you guys in my next video. Whenever I post it, I will see you. Bye.